Hello, champions! You're tuned in to Hell Turn Inside, where WWE passion never stops. Subscribe now, and let's powerbomb through the latest updates. What unfolded on Monday Night Raw was supposed to be a milestone in Liv Morgan's career. A night designed to showcase her growth, resilience, and rising star power within the women's division. Instead, the episode took a dramatic turn that left fans buzzing, performers reacting, and WWE storytellers leaning heavily into a moment that quickly became the most talked-about twist of the year. Though entirely part of a scripted storyline, the tension, emotion, and shock surrounding the scene pushed the boundaries of what fans expect from weekly wrestling television. Liv Morgan's big moment turns into chaos. Liv Morgan walked into Raw with the confidence of a performer ready to break into the next tier of her career. Her entrance, her energy, and even her custom-crafted gear were meant to symbolize a new chapter for her character. Everything about the moment was designed for impact, but in a dramatic swerve that only wrestling can deliver, her night was flipped upside down by an unexpected wardrobe mishap written into the storyline. It was an angle meant to create discomfort, vulnerability, and drama, echoing classic wrestling twists that challenge performers both physically and emotionally. The match that set the stage. The match itself was positioned as crucial, a #1 contenders bout that promised high stakes, high drama, and a spotlight on Liv's athleticism. From the opening bell, she delivered. Her movement was sharp, her timing on point, and she radiated the determination of a woman fighting for her breakout opportunity. The pacing was strong, the chemistry with her opponent seamless, and fans in the arena were hooked as the story built toward a defining moment, one that no one realized was about to take an unexpected detour. A scripted mishap that shocked everyone. 12 minutes into the match, the turning point arrived. During a high-impact maneuver involving the ropes, Liv's gear, carefully designed for the show, was written to malfunction. It was a difficult moment, crafted to evoke empathy and to push her character into a vulnerable space rarely explored in women's wrestling storylines. The cameras cut as quickly as possible, commentary rushed to redirect attention, and the arena energy shifted as fans tried to process whether what they'd seen was part of the show. In reality, it was exactly that, a planned beat meant to spark controversy and emotion. Liv's reaction made the story hit harder. What made the moment so effective as storytelling was Liv's emotional response. She sold the shock, the embarrassment, and the frustration with heartbreaking realism. Her attempt to continue the match, adjusting her gear and pushing forward despite the storyline setback, added depth to her character's arc. It showcased the perseverance and grit that fans love about her, even in a vulnerable moment intentionally built into the show to elevate her narrative. It wasn't the triumphant moment she expected, but it became a catalyst for future storytelling. Backstage fallout becomes part of the drama. Backstage segments continued the angle, portraying Liv as shaken, torn between continuing to chase her championship dreams and processing the embarrassment scripted into her character's journey. Fellow wrestlers expressed concern in on-screen segments, while others used the moment to fuel rivalries, some offering support, others mocking her misfortune. The storyline choice sparked strong emotions among fans, but it also gave Liv's character an incredibly human moment that deepened her connection with the audience. Silence from the roster adds tension. As part of the show's narrative direction, many performers didn't immediately comment or react, creating an air of isolation around Liv's character. It was a writing decision intended to heighten her struggle, pushing her into a lonely emotional space that could later be used to strengthen alliances, rivalries, or her internal growth. The silence created a layer of realism within the fictional world of WWE, adding intrigue around who would eventually step forward to support her, and who would use this vulnerability as an opportunity. The media reaction within the storyline. In the fictional universe, wrestling media became part of the plot, with on-screen news tickers and commentary segments acknowledging the incident while framing it as a major controversy. Storyline insiders debated whether WWE should have paused the match sooner, while others argued it added raw authenticity to the show. This meta-commentary increased engagement and made the episode feel larger than life, as if the moment extended beyond the ring and into the broader wrestling culture. A turning point for Liv Morgan's character. While the moment was tough for Liv's character, it opened new storytelling possibilities. She was shown emotionally processing the embarrassment, questioning whether she could continue to perform under such pressure. It wasn't just about the wardrobe malfunction, it became a symbol of the emotional and psychological hurdles performers face in the fictional world of WWE. The script highlighted her strength, portraying her as resilient even in a moment designed to break her confidence. Implications for the women's division. Within the storyline, the incident sparked conversations about respect, safety, and the evolution of women's wrestling. Other characters weighed in, arguing about whether Liv was treated fairly or whether she was the victim of circumstances beyond her control. The incident became a launching pad for future arcs, involving empowerment, unity, and the message that female performers deserve moments built around strength, not humiliation. It was a fictional controversy with very real emotional resonance. A call for change. Within the WWE story world, the narrative pushed forward a theme that wrestling stories often return to: the tension between spectacle and performer well-being. Characters began calling for updated safeguards, improved preparation, and more support for the women's division. These demands became part of ongoing storylines that could fuel rivalries, create alliances, or spark new factions advocating for fairness and respect within the fictional WWE universe. Liv Morgan's future just became more interesting. What was meant to be Liv's shining moment became a setback, but setbacks are often where the best wrestling stories are born. Her journey from embarrassment to empowerment has the potential to redefine her character. Fans now have more reason than ever to root for her, not just because she can wrestle, but because she's been written as a fully human character facing emotional hurdles with courage and vulnerability. A crossroads for WWE's fictional landscape. The storyline raises a broader thematic question for the wrestling universe. What kind of environment will WWE present moving forward? One that uplifts its performers, or one that uses their struggles as fuel for drama? The answer will unfold in future episodes, creating anticipation and keeping fans invested in Liv Morgan's next chapter. Fans hold the power in the story. In the world of wrestling, fan reactions shape the direction of storylines. Support for Liv, both in arena and online, can directly influence how her arc evolves. Whether they cheer her louder, rally behind her on social media, or demand more respect for the women's division, fans can turn this moment into a pivotal point in WWE's fictional landscape. A storyline that could change everything. This scripted moment wasn't just a wardrobe malfunction angle. It was a narrative designed to spark conversation and challenge norms. Its impact will be felt across upcoming episodes, reshaping rivalries, pushing characters into new directions, and setting the stage for growth, redemption, and empowerment. Liv Morgan's journey is far from over. In fact, this twist may be the very thing that propels her into the championship spotlight.